Wow, this is an incredible story. I mean, you don't know how incredible it is, believe me, unless you've already guessed what I've guessed. And we're going to discuss it in just a moment in the spoiler section of this video, which is going to be honestly most of this video. But first off, I just want to say, equally shocking to the story itself is that all of the secrets of Fantastic Beasts are coming out before the movie is released, right? And I think it could be one of two things. One is that in today's digital age, where audiences and fans want to know as much about a movie as fast as they can, release date be damned, that it's just impossible for Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling to maintain these secrets. They were bound to get out sometime, especially secrets this big. But then the other thing is that while they had planned to surprise everyone at the box office, Warner Brothers is taking a look at the box office projections, which right now have Fantastic Beasts being the lowest opening ever for the Harry Potter franchise, and said, screw it, we can't afford to be secretive. Literally, we're just going to tell everybody, or we're just going to float out what's going on, or at least give people enough information to start putting everything together. Because as I've said before, Newt Scamander doesn't sell a 5-movie story, but I think another wizard would. All right, so now we're going to get into spoilers, right? So if you don't want any spoilers for Fantastic Beasts, I say to you, good luck, because it's going to be impossible pretty much to keep these things at bay. You're going to probably see it somewhere. But again, seriously, good luck to you. I hope that you can do it. But if you want to stick around and discuss, which is actually, I have to say, a theory. This isn't known for sure. Get ready to have your mind blown. This is some fun stuff we're going to talk about. Okay, so if you're still here, let's get started. Oh my goodness. Okay. So a couple of you saw this story and were like, nerds, he's Grindelwald. I'm so upset. I hate the world. Because, Johnny Depp, not in a great place right now with his career, right? He used to be a boon to any franchise to have him attached. And now he is such a lead weight that he didn't even make an appearance in the first teaser trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean 5, right? I mean, like a little drawing of him did. But he's not Grindelwald. So Potter, a huge Harry Potter fan, Potter Lestrange, who also is a BTT viewer, tweeted me a spoiler a couple of weeks ago, right? And that is, something that Potter Lestrange had heard about the movie. And I think it's true from what I've seen. In the teaser that Warner Brothers itself released, about a week or so ago when they did the 5-picture announcement. And that's that Colin Farrell is, in fact, Grindelwald. So that would mean that Johnny Depp is probably Dumbledore. And that is an amazingly big deal. And in fact, it said in this coverage of the news that Johnny Depp has been cast in Fantastic Beasts that he might show up, in fact, in the first movie, even though he's now officially joining the films with number 2. And David Yates, sure enough, has already said that Dumbledore does make an appearance in this first film, in a scene between Colin Farrell and Eddie Redmayne. So the three of them together. And so I would guess that it's Johnny Depp's going to show up on screen. And again, I guess they could say it now, but they didn't say who he's playing. I mean, again, to get people to come into the theater. But once you know just a little bit of the puzzle, you start to be able to piece it together very quickly. Now, I think it's hilarious because Johnny Depp already kind of dresses like Dumbledore. So just think of all the money that Warner Brothers is going to save, via the costume department. But I think that this is really good for both parties. At the end of the day, they were just like, you know what? How are we going to sell mainstream audiences and families on a heroic lead or strong supporting character? Well, he's going to have one of the biggest wizard battles of all time you're going to get to see on screen here, who also happens to be a gay character, which is something that's going to have to be explored because, as I discussed in another video, and I'll put a link down below in the video description to check that out, the Dumbledore-Grindelwald relationship, the flirtation there, is imperative to it's ingrained in the story. You can't have one without the other. So how do you sell that? You have it be Johnny Depp, right? Because I think he's done so much family fare. I think audiences, I would hope to some degree, and Warner Brothers would too, would trust him. Now, on the flip side, while Warner Brothers has their as strong a mainstream sell as they possibly can for Dumbledore, this is a chance for Johnny Depp to rehabilitate his image. which is badly needed after not only a string of really horrible, cringeworthy performances, but of course his personal drama with Amber Heard. So to do this, to play this iconically gay character, which would be such a big part of the Harry Potter mythos of a blockbuster franchise, I would think that would help him, at least in Hollywood circles. I don't know what it would do with audiences, but I think that, I think that's probably the idea for Depp and his team. That's probably one of the reasons that this appealed to them. Also, he might just personally want to do that, right? I mean, there might be some question as to why not cast a gay actor, but then, that starts to get very tricky. Then can gay actors now play straight characters? I think there's so many gay actors in Hollywood who have no problem getting work. It's not like the transgender discussion that people have been having. But as far as Amber Heard goes, she's also in a Warner Brothers movie as Mira in the upcoming Justice League and Aquaman films. And there was a lot of he said, she said to that whole situation. Parties came out, particularly in defense of Johnny Depp. And I think that you're going to see everybody from Depp to Heard to Warner Brothers really try to just push past that. They're all literally on the same team now. But I think this is fascinating. Johnny Depp, when he wants to, he can be a wonderful actor, and there's a real kindness to him. And I think he would fit quite well with the Dumbledore persona. And I think I think he also can be very nuanced, right? Remember, you have to really think back to get to pick up on it, but he can be a very nuanced actor. And I think he can do this tastefully, but in a way that is, it gives the audience that's looking to see this depicted in the way it makes it satisfying to them, right? But doesn't, isn't alienating to the viewers who perhaps don't want to see it in a family movie. It's a really tough nut to crack, and I think that Depp might be just exactly the right tool. So mind blown. This is going to be amazing. I was wondering, I kind of thought maybe Kevin Spacey would be a good choice because he's been less and less in the closet these days as an actor, and he's a very good actor. He looks a little bit like Michael Gambon to begin with. I thought maybe it would work, but I think that Depp is a much stronger commercial sell. So what do you think? What do you think of this news? Do you think my theory is correct? And do you feel a little bit better about Johnny Depp joining Fantastic Beasts, for those of you who are concerned if he is joining not as Grindelwald, but as Dumbledore? All right, just take a look at his performance in the first Alice in Wonderland. Truly a touching performance. To see, I think, shades of what's to come. All right, write your thoughts down below, and you can check out some more videos right now.